Well, hello, hello,
Hey, everybody.
everybody. Hi,
Welcome in.
guys. Hello, guys. How you guys been? You been good?
Oh yeah, I've been
Yeah.
good. I got a clear screen now.
See, you have improved. We can see you better now.
Yep.
So, welcome in Cruising with Keith. We have Alice Lugo Studios. This is your Across the Wave team today.
Yep.
And guys, today we're going to be talking about Naples, where we just got here. We landed by cruise ship to Naples. So
And Naples,
it is not
Italy.
Naples, Florida, Naples,
I know.
Italy.
I almost said Florida. I was thinking, that's the
I
wrong
know,
Naples.
right? It took us a long time, while we crossed, the transatlantic to get into here, but we have made it here today. Really quickly, we're going to start by going down the list of everybody that's here right now. So first off is like Hi, Emily. Welcome
Emily.
in. Hello, hello. Hi, Muncie Channel. Welcome in for being here
Hello.
today.
Hey, Moon.
Josephine, welcome in. Oh, look who's here, the beautiful Nancy. That's
Hi,
Keith's
Nancy.
mom. Welcome in,
Welcome.
Miss Nancy.
They're both here, my mother and my mother-in-law.
That's right, both of them. Hey.
All in the family.
They want to make sure you're
Yeah.
doing a good job.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, guys, we're going to be talking about the port of Naples, Italy. So we're going to be transporting ourselves that way to see all that we got to see, in Naples. And we're going to be bringing some history. What are we going to be doing around the port? What we can do around the port, and also some news. And then we're going to have some short excursions as well. So with that being said, guys, keep an eye on the hello, Cruise Nuts. Welcome
Cruise
in.
Nuts.
Hey,
Hello,
Cruise Nuts.
hello.
Welcome in, everybody.
Yeah, I know, right? We're letting some people come into the show, and we're gonna start our show right now. So Keith and Alice will take care of you guys while I'm doing everything that has to do with the port. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Well, welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be talking about the port of Naples, Italy. We're going to be talking about two different things. When I was researching this port, it has some great information on the part of the port, but not too much information to go into like a long segment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you guys everything to do with the port, and then I'm going to give you some history of the port of Naples that I really found very interesting. I like to hear all about history and stuff like that. So this is kind of like really cool and interesting. Hopefully you guys would enjoy. So the port of Naples is a port that is located on the western coast of Italy. It is the 11th largest seaport in Italy, having an annual traffic capacity of around 25 million tons of cargo and 500,000 TEUs. It is also served as tourist hubs, servicing an estimated 10 million people annually transiting through the port. The general information on here is the Port of Naples, situated in the center of Naples, very close to the center of the Piazza Municipio near the Piazza Garibaldi. A little bit of history of this port. During the World War II, Naples was a major strategic objective in the Italian campaign. Naples was an important node of the naval and the land communications, and there was a large and very potent German military presence located in the city. In June of 1940, the port suffered damage from the French bombings. Naples was the first large Italian city targeted by the Allies. Operations Avalanche, commencing in September of 1943, with the seizures of the port being one of its primary targets during the 4th days of Naples, an uprising of Naples against the Nazi Germans occupation forces. 240,000 people were forced to abandon their homes along the coast of the vicinity of the port. This was a potential destruction of the port and in districts surrounding. It is to deny the Allies' attack. This threat did not, however, materialize. Naples along the port was captured by the Allies in October of 1943. And in 2007, the port of Naples handled 20,269,000 tons of cargoes and 460,000 TEU, making one of the most busiest cargoes port in Italy during that time. So that was the information I got from the port of Naples. Now, what I'm going to bring you is more history in that area, which I think is really cool. The history of Naples is long and varied, dating to the Greek settlements established in the Naples area in the second millennium BC. During the end of the Greek Dark Ages, a largest mainland colony initiating known as oh my God, I'm going to butcher this name. Parthenope developed the Piso Falcone hill of the 8th century BC, and it was refounded as Neapolis in the 6th century BC. It held important roles in the Greek cultures of the Naples, and it was important at a later Roman society when the city became part of the Roman Republic. In the earlier traces of human habitation dated back to the Middle period, evidence of the traces of the Serra Alto culture founded near the Santa Maria, traces dating back in the Catholic and early Middle Bronze Age were also found in the same area. The Naples area has been inhabited since Stone Age. In the second millennium BC, the first settlement arose not far from the geographical position of the future of the city of Parthenope. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. They founded the earliest Greek in the mainland Italy in the end of the 8th century BC. The Naples city was founded by the aristocracy spelled by the tyrant and the victory of Africa in 507 BC. The original center was simply called Palliapolis, which is in Latin, the old city, and survived the second pole of the Annapolis. The Athenians at one point was soon to be able to replace the maritime trade to take control of the stretch of the sea of the Gulf of Neapolitan Gulf. Its commercial success was made possible thanks to the decline of the Triani and Syracuse in 466 BC and abandonment of the Syracusan garrison due to violent earthquakes during that time. At the end of the 5th century BC, the political social equilibrium of the Neapolis was threatened by the same speaking tribe expanding towards the more fertile plains. In the great strong granary, oh my God, I can't spell today, was conquered by the original Oscan-speaking citizen, which given more freedom in 421 BC, and also had a very heavy blood siege during that time. Wow, that's crazy. In 280 years after that battle, they realized that there was no possibility of an agreement with the Romans. He encountered attack, advancing his army towards the north. He divided the Neapolis with the intent of capturing and introducing into a rebel against Rome. They failed the attempt, wasted time to the advantage of the Romans when they reached Capua and found it already garrisoned. So all this stuff happened. And then during the Duchy of Naples, at the time of the Lombard invasion, Naples had a population of about 30,000 to 35,000 people. In 615, under Giovanni Concino, Naples rebelled the first time against the emperors. During that time, they first formed the duchy and was created in 638 by Isaac during that time, and its official became a board, and he had answered to Sicily. At the time, the Duchy Naples controlled an area corresponding roughly to the present day, encompassing the area of Sorrentini and Nola in the islands of Ischia, and Capri was later part of the Duchy Amalfi. In 1442, Alfonso conquered Naples after his victory against the last king, Rene, and made his triumphal entry into the city in February of 1443. And then they went under victorious Naples. They were growing. They had by 1995, they had about 100,000 to 300,000 inhabitants. Second to the Istanbul in Europe. The most important of them was Don Pedro Alvarez. He introduced heavy taxations and favored the Inquisition, but at the same time improved the conditions of Naples. He opened the main street, which is today's bare name. He paved over the roads, strengthening and expanding the walls, restored old buildings, and erected new buildings from fortress, essentially turning the city of Naples by 1560 into the largest and the biggest fortified city in the Spanish Empire. By 1799 and 1861, Naples was suppressed by the British and the Russians in 1799 and was followed in 1805 by the full invasion. In early 1806, Naples conquered Kingdom of Naples, and Emperor Napoleon first named his brother Joseph Bonaparte the king, and then his brother-in-law in 1808 when Joseph was giving the Spanish crown. So between all of those years, as the years kept passing by, even right now in 1944, another devastating eruption of Vesuvius occurred. Images from the eruptions were used in the film The War of the Worlds. Naples turned into the most important transportation hub of the southern Italy. So as you can see, and then today, the population has increased by over 3.250 million since back then. And Naples has improved in 2 decades, even side with the turn of the 21st century. For example, has returned to the historic role and the largest open square in the city instead of being the squalid parking lot that it has been between the end of the World War II and 1990. The city landmarks such as San Carlo Theater and has been restored. A major ring road has elevated traffic through and around the city, and the major constructions continue on the new underground railroad system, the Naples Metro. And as of between 1990 and 2010, Naples, just in the people that have been going over there to travel, the tourists, they have gotten $43 billion in just tourism between those years. So as you can see, this is your history for today. Hopefully you guys enjoy this part of history, and we're going to go to Miss Alice, and Alice is going to bring us around, the port, what we can do, the things that we can show during that time. So take it away, Alice.
Hey, everybody. Want to welcome in a few people that have joined us since the beginning. So a Muncie channel is here. Hello. Maria DK216. Hello. And we have Paul from PSV Odyssey. Thank you for coming in. Let's see who else. I think that is pretty much everyone that has joined us since. All right. So I'm going to talk about the cruise terminal. And Jackie, if you could please put in my slides. Thank you. Okay. So here's a map of where the cruise port is located. And you could see by the little circle dots that there are things that are close by. They do have restaurants and places to eat. There are, of course, restrooms in the terminal, and the airport is about 20-minute drive away. They do have parking at the terminal, and you could see here that they have the parking available. And excuse me. Now, if you are coming into Italy, to Naples, you would take the Naples airport, and it's 4 miles northeast of the Naples Central Storico. And an Ally bus connects the airport and the city center with daily departures every 20 minutes. The bus makes 2 stops at the Piazza Garibaldi railway station and the municipal Molo Belvarello maritime station. And that's about a 10-minute walk to the cruise port terminal. The journey takes between 15 and 35 minutes, depending on traffic and where you get off the bus. Taxis are widely available at the airport, and the ride is fixed rate. So check the current taxi rates before you hop into a taxi to avoid overcharges. Okay. They also have different bus routes, and this map here is going to show you the different colored bus lines. And, you could just go around different places by bus if you would like. Okay. So like I said, there are places that are nearby the cruise port, and it's very easy to travel along. It's a very safe area for walking. You could get a bus about 5 minutes away from the cruise port, and it's safe, it's inexpensive, and you could just travel around. But walking, it is highly recommended to just walk around and really take in the sights of Naples right off of the waterfront. They do have rental bikes available, but don't really recommend tourists doing that because a lot of the streets nearby is cobblestone. And so you could very easily get caught in, the cobblestones or whatever. But if you want to ride a bike, you can do it on the waterfront because the waterfront is smoother. And so you could get a nice view of the ocean and just nice view of the cruise ships and just travel around and not have to worry about, anything, getting in your way or anything. It's very safe. Buses are affordable, and you could get onto those and, just do that. They also have ferries that you could take to different islands. There's actually 3 ferries, and you could take those in Naples, and they are called the Mergellina, Bervarello, and Porta di Massa, and they connect the city to nearby islands of Capri, Ischia, and Procida, as well as to the coastal resort of Sorrento. And please forgive me, I'm not pronouncing these Italian words correctly. My apologies. I mean no disrespect whatsoever. Ferries and hydrofoils for Capri, Sorrento, and Ischia and Procida depart from Bevarello, which is right near the cruise port, and the ferries and hydrofoils for Capri, Ischia, and Procida depart from Mergellina. And there are many carriers, and their schedules vary by the day of the week. So do go online and check the schedule for the ferry and hydrofoil, and also to reserve tickets. Or you could head straight to the port to purchase tickets and hop on the next departing ferry or hydrofoil. So, that's a nice thing that you'll be able to do there. The ships dock in the center of Naples, and Naples Cruise Port is in downtown Naples. It offers proximity to ATMs, eateries, tourist information kiosks, and restrooms. And the distance from the cruise terminal to the city center is 10 minutes on foot. And like I said, it's a very safe area, so you can, walk. And especially if it's a really nice day, you could just walk around and scroll and vlog and take pictures of everything that you see. There's also ice cream parlors nearby, so that you could just get a really nice ice cream and enjoy it. Yes, Muncie, Puerto Rico has the cobblestone streets as well. And you could trip over them, as Keith says. So, yeah, you just need to be careful as you're, walking around. And they do recommend that if you have mobility issues, that you just get into a taxi or bus or train and, see the sights that way rather than trying to walk it or with a scooter or walker to help hold you up, because the cobblestones are very old. And so you will want.
Hello, guys. I think that something happened to her Wi-Fi because she's just gone completely. So let's give her a second. I'm going to put you with Keith so Keith can take his part, and then we'll wait for her to come back. All right. So here we go. And I do apologize about this. Hold on.
Port of Naples. And if you don't know, the current time right there at this moment is actually 1:23 in the morning. So they actually are currently on the day of Thursday. So they know everything before we do, supposedly, right? So that's something you can always say. So the gas prices are $2.11 for a liter, which is $8.44 a gallon, but obviously out there, and that's not American money, that's the European money, right? And there is no minimum wage in Italy, this is what the reports say, which is kind of sad, because there should be a minimum wage like everywhere, but that's what I found out. And the average low for the money is 1150 euros a month. So it's not a lot, but obviously things out there probably a little bit more cheaper than they are over here, except for the gas. Obviously, the gas is 8.44. That's also because they don't have to do as much driving as they do in the United States, because the United States is a lot bigger. So that's why you sometimes see smaller countries with more expensive gas prices. It might be higher, but they use less gas because they're not making all these long trips. At this moment, there's actually no cruises there, right? And the next cruise is on March 20th, which is kind of weird. So I'm assuming March 20th might be the first time of the year that they have cruises. And the weather today was a high of 60 and a low of 42. And that's it for that part. Now let's get to the news. You can put up the first picture. A mild earthquake hits. Um, I can't even pronounce this. No, the mountain, the other one. A mild earthquake hits Vesuvius on Monday evening, and the seismic activity was felt in Naples. So it caused some minor damage, obviously, in Naples, very little, and some minor damage in Vesuvius. I cannot pronounce that. Whew. I need someone. I need a translator here. So 3 weeks ago, a sinkhole swallowed two cars in Naples, where two people were injured and no one died, which is something that's really good. I mean, and all the news I have here is just regular news. There wasn't no cruise news, and actually, in the middle of this, you can put up that second picture, a new technology. So I see this is a technology that they have where they can actually see underground, like 60 feet underground. So this is like the archaeologist technology. So the new technology lets archaeologists use particle physics to explore the past, going back to 2,300 years before the ancient Romans. It was where the ancient Greeks were actually there before the Romans, who colonized Naples. And in these tombs, they actually found tombs underground using that technology. And, so that's why they say, you go back 2,300 years, and the tomb that they actually found, they found the tomb actually in 1981, which actually had two people living there. And it was like I guess you call it a death tomb, it's a tomb where, back then it was different the way they close people up. They didn't just like bury you. Okay, so let me get to the excursions. Okay, you can put up the first one. Actually, the last picture that's there. So, a day trip to Pompeii ruins and to Mount Vesuvius. So that's the best picture I could get. I'm sorry, everybody, that's a little blurry. And that first picture of the mountain is Mount Vesuvius. So that'll give you an idea, which is an 8-hour tour. I mean, you're going to do a lot of walking. Like Al said, if you have mobility issues, you should definitely, consider maybe not doing something like this, because something like this, you're gonna be walking. It says it's about an 8-hour tour. So figure, yes, you will be in a bus, but you're gonna do a lot of walking. And I saw a lot of different pictures where you're actually going up like the mountainside, and you're holding on to like these wooden wooden rails. So it might not be good, especially. I mean, especially if you're in a wheelchair, it's a definitely no. Definitely do not do it. And there's going to be a lot of slopes because you're going to be going up the volcano too. So that's something that could be very dangerous for people with mobility issues. Especially if you have like knee issues, like my mother says right now, not for her. No, that is definitely not for you. You could wait at the bottom of the mountain. You could just go on the bus ride. If you want to go see the sightseeing, stay on the bus ride and just stay at the bottom of the mountain. But then right at that point, you're wasting your money. And I have my last excursion. Oh my God. How am I going to say this? A Panina wine experience. I'm sorry. So this is an experience where you're going to settle in for an amazing scenic drive to the medieval town of Tufo. I think it said like Tofo, or where you will go wine tasting and a traditional Campanian lunch. Oh my God, I don't know how. So my brother says he's been there. So where have you been? I know you've been to Naples, and okay, you can bring back Alice. And thank you for coming back, Alice. And that's it for my news and my excursions. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, all right. So I was just about finished with what I was talking about. So I'm going to now share some other things in Naples that you could do. So I don't know if anyone's ever heard of a funicle, but this is an inclined railway. and it's a major mode of transportation for locals heading to the city's hilltop neighborhoods. And you could see how this train is just going down a hill. It's pretty interesting. So anyhow, near the cruise port, you have Castel Nuovo. And this castle is a must-see. It's looming over the harbor, and this is an enormous military castle with striking and eccentric round towers. And it just looks very medieval. It is open from Monday to Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., excluding holidays, except for special openings. And the last admission is at 5:30 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the ticket office via POS payment, debit, and credit cards. Access to the Castle Nuovo will be suspended upon reaching of the maximum capacity, also considering the attendance due to concomitant events as well as for security reasons. The rates are €6, and if you go with a group of 20 or more, it would be €4. Children under 18 years old are free, so if you have a bunch of kids, that's a good thing. Admission over 60 years old, but you have to be an EU citizen, they're free. Admission for disabled people and their caregivers are free. And the castle was originally built in 1279 and 1282. And it's also called Mascio Angioino. And it is an imposing medieval Renaissance fortress located next to the port of Naples. Named Castel Nuovo, which means Newcastle, which is a lot easier to say, to distinguish it from the city's other fortresses when it was built in the 13th century by King Charles I. And this imposing castle is more commonly known by locals as Mascio and Angioino, or the Angevin Keep. After French rule ended and Naples was conquered by the Spanish Empire in the mid-15th century, Castel was completely rebuilt, creating the medieval Renaissance-style fortress that stands majestically by the port today. It has 5 round towers united by impenetrable stone walls. Its main entrance is an intricately carved white marble triumphal arch squeezed between 2 of the watchtowers. And inside, you could visit different chapels to see beautiful historic frescoes, some of which were painted by Giotti. And you could also catch a glimpse of the Roman ruins under the glass floor. Upstairs, visitors can peruse a collection of artwork by Neapolitan painters from the 17th century to the 20th centuries. And these exhibitions are closed on Sundays, while the Hall of the Barons, historically the castle's throne room, nowadays plays host to city council meetings and cultural events. And before you go, we want you to know that Castel Nuovo is one of Naples' most striking buildings, so no trip to the Italian city would be complete without a stroll around its towering walls. And the castle also offers excellent views over the bay, so don't forget your camera. There is also an excursion that you could make. If you like art, you could go to Naples art stations. And they do have a map that will tell you where to go. So you would be visiting a series of cool contemporary museums for free while riding the subway. It's probably one of the most awesome things that you should never miss, especially in the south of Italy. The art stations of the Naples Metro, in fact, provide an unconventional and yet particularly interesting way to learn how much the city has changed. Have vibrant colors, music, photography, and historical testimonies. They are one of the smartest ways to explore all the things in Naples, especially if you like to visit in the winter, as you won't have to walk in the rain. So if you're booking this trip, you could get to see these artworks for free. So I would highly recommend that. Also, nearby the cruise port is a hop on and hop off bus. And the price is about $30. And you can hop on and off. Recorded commentary. They have free Wi-Fi on board. They also have a mobile app for sightseeing experience. Gratuities are not included. They do not do hotel pickup or drop off, and foods and drinks are not included. But you can enjoy a panoramic view of Naples from the open air top of a double-decker bus and a hop-on, hop-off ticket, which is good for 24 hours, with more than 30 combined stops to choose from on 3 different routes, including major attractions like the Archaeological Museum, Capo di Monte Museum, and Piazza Municipio. And these buses make it easy to discover Naples at your own pace and at an affordable price. So it's good for 24 hours after your first use. And you can get on and off as many times as you want during the 24-hour ticket. So the buses start running around 9:30 a.m. You would climb aboard one of the open-air double-decker buses for an unforgettable introduction to Naples on an hop-on, hop-off bus. There are 3 routes to discover. Line A is the art tour. Line B is the Naples Bay. And line C is San Martino. And they have 32 strategically placed stops in total between them. An entire loop on any one of these routes takes about 75 minutes. And all 3 tours stop at Piazza Municipio to make it easy to switch from one to the other. So if you want to learn about the history of Naples, download the app and you could see that. And then also the interesting commentary about the city's history will be played along as you travel on the bus. They trying to, it's like 9:30 to 4:30 is when they run, with like 30 to 60 minute frequencies in between. So definitely, if you want to see Naples on a hop on, hop off bus at your own pace, you could go to their website and download the map so you could see in the bus route. I also looked up some NCL shore excursions. If you're on a cruise and you're traveling and you only have limited time, they always recommend that you book your shore excursions through the cruise line, because if there's delays or anything, and traffic is pretty bad in Naples, the cruise line will wait for you if you book one of their excursions, although they will be a little bit more expensive. As you could see, this one here is $169, whether you're an adult or a child. This tour takes about 5.25 hours, and a meal is provided. You get a nice dish of pasta. Another excursion, same amount of money. Oops, sorry. This is the Campi Flegrei Grand Tour, and you travel around on bus. It's an easy level, which makes it easier if you have mobility issues. And this one starts at $149, whether you're an adult or a child, and it's 5.25 hours meal provided. Another one is walking through Naples, and there's pizza and secret tunnels. This one is 4.25 hours, and the price is $149 for adults and $139 for a child. This one is very challenging because you're walking and the cobblestone streets and a lot of people around. So if you have mobility issues, this one might be a little bit more difficult for you to do. And snacks are provided. Also, you could travel and do Pompeii on your own. So you get a bus ride for $50 from the cruise port, and they drop you off in Pompeii, and you just stroll around for about 4 hours, and then you make your way back to the pickup point, and they bring you back to the ship. And because you're walking around again, this is a moderate level 2 tour, and a meal is also provided for this one. So, these are just some that you might want to try. Again, these are NCL. You could look online if you're doing a different cruise line and see what tours they might have available. And then do research to see. You might be able to do it on your own. And, public transportation is readily available, inexpensive, and they do say it's a safe area. So I would see nothing wrong with just taking public transportation and going around instead of spending the money, on a cruise shore excursion. But if you're worried about getting back to the ship on time, or you have limited time, you might want to do that excursion. So that's it for me for shore excursions. You're muted, Tinkerbell.
Thank you, Alice. So I am going to provide you guys with some excursions I found, and we're going to be traveling to Capri. See Capri by sea with swim and snorkel. This shore excursion will cost an average of $325, guys. I was looking at these excursions and they're very expensive, but let me tell you, I wouldn't mind going there and checking that part out. This experience is captivating by Capri on his intimate boat tour, captained by the professional English-speaking skipper, and exclusive just for 12 guests only. Embark on the 1.5-hour scenic journey from Naples to Capri, swapping the bustling city and scenery's islands escape. You will meet with your local and friendly representatives at the cruise shop pier area, and soon out of there, you'll be guided with 12 other guests to go on this beautiful shore excursion. It's about an hour and a half ride. Upon arrival to Capri area, you'll be looking at the crystal clear waters, enjoy the tour of the island by boat with a fantastic stop to visit the enchanting, marvelous grotto, the white grotto and the green grotto along the way. You can admire their natural art and Villa Curcio Malaparte of the Punta Carena. In the calm of the morning, you will see and hear the happy seagulls circling these beautiful places in clamor of celebration. This is the duration of this excursion. It's just for the scenery alone, it is 1.5 hours in the Capri area, but the whole excursion itself is 9 hours altogether. The activity level is easy. is a shore excursion from ship to pier. For food and beverages, is snack and beverages, dry snack, non-alcoholic beverages will be provided. And they recommend you bring comfortable casual seasonal clothing over your swimsuit, comfortable walking shoes. We'll also suggest sunglasses and a hat and a beach towel. So if you guys are looking into maybe checking this place out, that's one of your options that you also have. We can take you as well to the beautiful Pompeii and the Amalfi Coast combo tour. This tour is right now at $225. This specific tour is one of those tours that sell pretty fast. Is a 9.5 hour tour, is a cultural and scenic, is an easy as for activity level. And this tour will begin in Naples port tour with comfortable air conditioning drive from the port to Sorrento and the Amalfi Coast, famous worldwide for the indescribable beauty and regions of the true photographer's delight. Wildlife meets ancient fishing villages built between cliffs of rocks and twisting roads that runs into a balcony suspended between the deep blue sea and the Latari Mountains, measuring 75 kilometers of breathtaking beauty. The Amalfi Coast has become a favorite destination for tourists to enjoy an hour of free time in the Amalfi and take the sights in the atmosphere. Plenty of photo opportunities are available to make sure you have room on your camera. When you bring it, make sure that your camera is nice and ready. You'll make photo stops on the beautiful Italian villages in town, including Positano, Pariano, and Furore. Halfway through the tour, you'll be taking a local restaurant and captivating views to enjoy a delicious lunch. After enjoying the beautiful Italian coast, we're going to drive incredibly breathtaking destinations to Pompeii. Along with the road, your professional tour guide will introduce you to the beautiful region and provide interesting facts. So if this is something that you're looking to doing, it's a cost of $225. And like I said, it could be sold out immediately. Like it sells out pretty fast. Next, we're going to take you to this beautiful place where it's called Discovering Sorrento. Sorrento, this short excursion runs about $270. It is an 8-hour tour. It is an easy tour. You're going to be approximately from shore excursion leaves from the port about 5-minute ship walk from your port. And Discovering Sorrento, you are going to commence on an enchanting journey when your port of call is Naples, the vibrant capital city of the southern Italy. Immerse yourself in the allure of the serene town of Sorrento during the 8-hour tour, and truly unforgettable experience awaits. As you traverse to the Gulf of Naples coastline, marvel the breathtaking views of the majestic mountains, seamlessly meets the azure sea. Your journey includes a stop at the panoramic photo and visit the renewed limoncello factory, where its framed limoncello-based liquor takes center stage. Indulging your senses by sampling not only an exquisite limoncello, but also a variety of other authentic products at the boutique establishment. Following by the limoncello tasting, your adventure continues in Sorrento main town square. The Pizza Tasso here relishes a delightful lunch of the two Leones Rosso Ristorante and Pizzeria, celebrated for its location in its heart square overlooking the sea and its inviting ambience. Sorrento beckons of the captivating features of the charming seafront and the bustling port near the island of Capri, and the myriad souvenir shops of the cafe. So as you can see, if this is something that you're looking into doing, maybe, just maybe, you might be interested in finding something like that. And I'm going to bring the rest of the team back over here because we got a lot to kind of like talk about this Naples experience. Welcome back, Keith and Alice.
Hello.
Oh my God, this was a lot.
Definitely.
I
It's
can say
beautiful out.
something. Yes, it is. I actually learned a whole lot. I will, well, I haven't not put it out there yet, but I will be traveling to this beautiful place, Naples, sometime next year.
Nice.
And let me tell you, when I was
Awesome.
researching all of this stuff and going through, seeing what you had put out there, Alice, it put my mind like, oh, I could do some of that stuff.
Hmm.
It's just like having the time in the time frame that you're going to be there to figure out which excursion you want to do.
Right.
But what you show there about, the one with the taking the subway and you can do the different art stuff,
Hmm.
that's pretty cool though. I never seen that one, so that one's I jotted down over here in my little notes.
Yeah.
So what do you all think about this beautiful place that we brought you here today? Any questions from everybody that's here? We would like to hear if you have any questions. If you've been to Naples, what is your experience there?
Well,
Well,
I know my sister-in-law, her family's from Naples. So
Okay.
I know my bro, they go there all the time. So I know when he shows me pictures, it's beautiful over there. I think her town's like above like the water. So it's almost like
Oh,
that,
wow.
how the houses, it looks like it's on like a mountain, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Mincy challenges, I definitely want to do someday too. My family came from Italy 100 years ago. That's awesome, though.
So I wrote it in the chat because I've done research like on what
Mhm.
cruise lines I would do out of there. So from my research, it's got to be Costa. Only
Okay.
because they're gonna have more ships out there, and they're gonna have bigger ships out there. Instead, like say if you do a carnival out there, they're gonna put the small ships they have out there.
Right, right.
You know, where I've seen multiple coaster ships that be almost the same size as like the Celebration.
mhm.
Okay. That's good
So
to know. That's good
yeah,
information.
yeah. So I mean, if you're looking for like the American cruises, probably the best one to do out there based off the size of the ship is probably NCL because they get their ships to go around the world a lot. They're, like Carnival likes to keep their ships. They find a spot and they just like to leave it at that one port.
Oh, okay.
You
I
know,
see what you're saying.
But Carnival is more of an American-based company.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Coaster is part of the Carnival Corporation, but they're also, that's also another reason why Carnival's not gonna put all the ships out there because they already have their company right
Right.
out there.
Exactly. Well, Em is over here saying she'll be definitely going to Rome next summer because her cousin will be getting married if they finally decide. That's awesome. That
That's
is
very
really
nice.
cool.
I'll talk
And
about Rome.
Mhm.
I know, right? My family man came from. Oh, that's really cool, Miss Muncie. That's really cool. Well, being that I said that I'm going to Naples, guys, you guys are going to be the first one to know this. Traveling with Tinkerbell and her family have a cruise that we're doing as a family, and some friends that have decided to come along with me. And it's going to be on the Celebrity Ascent. We're going to be leaving Rome, and it starts in Rome, ends in Barcelona, and one of the port stop is going to be Naples. It's a really nice itinerary. But what we're going to be doing as a group, because it was just my family, now it's a little group that we're
It's gonna
going.
grow.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I got some people call me and they're like, well, what is this secret that you got? So you guys are the first ones to hear this. I haven't even said it on my other show yet. So we're going to be going 3 days before our cruise. We're going to check out
Mhm.
all to do with Rome. And then we're going to we're going to get on our ship. We're going to do our 8 days on our ship. We're going to end up in Barcelona. We're going to spend one night in Barcelona. The next morning, we're flying out to Paris. We're going to hit Paris Disneyland because, we go to Paris, we got to go to Disneyland, check them out. And we're going to tour Paris. And then we're flying back from Paris back to the United States. So that's my little secret cruise that I haven't told
So,
anyone yet. But if somebody wants to join, let me
so,
That's
know.
wonderful.
so how long is that flight from Spain
um,
to Paris?
According to what I've checked, it's about a 12 to 13 hours.
No. From Spain to
Oh,
France?
from Barcelona to Paris,
Yeah,
hour and 15 minutes.
yeah. I was
It's
gonna
about a
say, yeah.
$50 per person.
Yeah, I was gonna say
to
it can't be
fly
that.
there.
Not bad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no. From here to there, I know from here, from New York to to Italy is about 9 hours.
Yeah, I think it's an hour 15, hour 30, something like that. It's a very short flight. And
Yeah.
it's about $50 per person just for to get you there. Because if you go by train, you could do the train thing, but then it's
Mhm.
going to be longer time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get on a flight early in the morning. We're going to get there. We're going to drop our bags, go to Disney, come back in the evening, and then spend the whole next day, just touring the Paris area. And then the following, we're traveling back.
Very
So,
nice.
so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And when I looked into Naples, I'm like, ooh, I could learn something good. But next week, guys, it gets even better because next week we're going to Rome, guys. So I'm
We're
looking
staying
forward
in
to.
Italy.
I know, right? I'm looking forward to learning about Rome because that's going to be my first port of
Mhm.
call. So it's going to be really cool, kind of like see what we all come up with as a team when
Yes.
we visit Rome next week. Um, so anything else that you guys want to add into this? Because I see everybody like thank you guys on the chat because I'm saying that it is gonna be an amazing trip. I'm actually looking forward to it, especially I get to do it with my husband and my two kids that live with me, so that's gonna be a
Mhm.
whole lot of fun.
I mean,
Very nice.
Roma, I would like to go to. Obviously, I would like to go to Sicily one day because my wife's from her family's from there, so well, that wouldn't be bad one day. So if I ever did a cruise like with my wife, I would make sure it would stop in Sicily because her family, obviously, my wife's
Mhm.
never been there, but her family's from there, so that'd be something that'd be good for her.
Right.
But I would want a cruise that does Greece, Italy, and Spain.
That's awesome though. I'll tell you, I know that my cruise has other ports. I know that Naples is one of them. I know we're going to go to that Leaning Tower of Pisa thing
Mhm.
because that's in there. I was very happy about that. I said, yes, definitely we're going to go doing that. So it's gonna be a great experience. I'm really looking forward to it and doing all the vlogging as much as I can from over
Yeah,
there. So it's gonna be fun.
yeah. Just don't. Hopefully, what happened to those two don't happen to you, any of us.
Oh my
With
God.
Henry David, oh my God, I was like, what?
No, but everything cleared out, according to what they posted on Facebook today. They
Yeah,
actually
I haven't seen the
talked to
latest
MSC.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
MSC called them today. They had this meeting with them and everything went good. So I
Mhm.
guess everything
I
got
mean,
squared away.
honestly, if I was MSC, because they're big timers, so if I was MSC, I would try to get them to come back, just so
Well,
that.
they refunded all their money. So they refund all the money
That's
back
nice.
is the least that they could have done for the issue. But it was a misunderstanding, as what I
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah,
All
guys,
right.
well, just so that you guys know, my daughter should have her baby any day now.
Uh-oh.
Again, another one.
Yeah, my second daughter, she's gonna have baby Kai or Kay any day now. It could be between now and the
Uh,
weekend.
okay,
Nice.
so
We're gonna still roll with our show, no problem. Next month is where we're gonna make a couple of changes to the show because I will be traveling to Missouri next month. So hey, Jeremy and Cheryl,
Hi,
hello,
hi.
yeah.
hello, welcome in, all the way from Naples. Look, Jaden is over here. Look, Jaden is wanting to say hello to
Hi,
everybody.
Jaden.
Jaden, are you ready to see Naples
When?
next year?
Yeah.
I'll count down the days,
I know,
365.
right? Oof. Those excursions are expensive, guys.
No, I'm like,
I was
Yeah.
looking, I said, an excursion is like another cruise.
yeah. Some of these excursions that you see at some of these places, it's like mind blowing. You know where I'm going at? The Dolphins.
Yeah, I was looking at excursions and I'm like, Lord help me.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
we'll do what we gotta do,
don't get me wrong. I have an excursion that I already know what I'm going to do when I go down on a celebration. I think it's like 150, 200 a person, but it's going to the temple. It's the only excursion I'm going to do on the entire
Okay.
cruise. So
Mhm.
I'm going to do a vlog at the temple in Costa Maya.
Okay, I see.
So
Right.
so that's a different. But
Yeah.
I see some of these excursions like it's a waste of money, you know.
Hmm.
Hmm. Thank you,
Especially when
Em.
they have good transportation, public transportation. You
Yeah,
know, you could kind of do things on your own. So I would say if I was ever to go on a cruise that went to Naples,
yeah,
I would definitely be doing the public transportation, maybe the hop on, hop off bus or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it
That
all
sounds
depends.
really good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on the port. If it's a safe port, you could just do the public transportation.
Hmm.
If it's
Mhm.
not safe, then you should pay for the excursion.
Exactly.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
The thing is that because I've never been. I don't know if anybody here, either you guys or on the chat, have been. I just don't know how the traffic, how bad and congested the area can be.
They say it's pretty
You know what
bad.
I'm saying? To
Yeah.
kind of like think, oh my God, if I go on a taxi and this
Uh-huh.
thing can bring me back in
Well,
time,
well,
I
well.
probably
The
lose.
only thing I can think of is like the roads usually out there are probably a little bit tighter than they are over here.
Yeah.
You know, so
That is true.
because obviously those roads were built, you know, back in 2,000 years ago. So and people were a lot smaller back then.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. I'm really looking forward to going to like say Pompeii and all of that stuff because it's
Hmm.
those things that you want to really see, and it's kind of like one of those lifetime adventures, because it's not like if I'm going to be going
Oh
over
yeah,
there like every
no,
summer.
no. It's always
Right.
a bucket list thing. And
Yeah,
one thing people gotta remember is that the pizza's different from what I've
I
been told.
know. I
Right.
heard
I heard the pizza's different. So I'm
it's
like,
really good. I
so
heard that it's really
so,
good.
so there's a place by my job that people that my brother says, oh, that tastes like the pizza like in Italy, and I taste it. And I'm like, I feel like I'm just eating paper because it's so thin. I'm like, it's like area. I told him I was like, I don't like it.
So, Keith, I have a question for you. So, if you, let's say you were doing a trip to Naples, right, or Italy, somewhere up there, would
Yeah.
you bring a New York pizza with you to see what the difference is between side by side?
No, because by the time I got on the airplane, it would already be gone.
Plus, you know what it looks like up here.
I know,
So,
right?
Yeah.
I'll
Like,
be honest with you. There's a place if we have time when Alice and Eddie come for the booze cruise. There is a place in St. Pete, Florida. It's in the heart of John's Pass. It's called Delosa's Pizza.
mhm.
And shout out to Delosa's Pizza. They have the supposedly New York authentic pizza. I've been going there. My third daughter is 25. I've been going over there for 26 years right now. And I drive 45 minutes, guys, just to go have that pizza because it's really good. At least for me, it's really good.
well, it's probably the best
Come
pizza.
Jade, and Jade is gonna come give his 2 cents into the
It's
pizza.
probably the best pizza that's
Hey guys,
buying.
personal opinion from the guy who likes this pizza so much that he decided to talk to the owner and say, "Hey, can I put your restaurant in my game because I've been coming here since I was born?" It is probably my favorite pizza in all of Florida. Maybe like Mod Pizza's like somewhere around there, but they're both very good. The garlic knots especially are like one of the best things you can get there. They're very good, very doughy and soft.
See, he
Mhm.
should work for
Yeah,
the
true.
Los's Pizza.
I would do if I worked anywhere near that place. I'm not driving 45 minutes to work every day.
but yeah, it's like I did hear because I have a client of mine that he's in Rome right now, and he was putting on his Facebook about the pizza, and he put a picture of it, how good it is, how amazing it is, the Italian actual pizza. So they were talking about it today, so it's really cool.
Mm.
Yeah. And also from when I met you down there, St. Pete is really nice. There's a lot of things to do down there. The surprising is I don't understand why they don't have a cruise terminal there.
I don't know.
Because
That's
from what I've
the
been
same
told
question
by
I've been asking.
from what I've been told by other people, because I never really obviously taken a cruise out of there, so I don't know the ocean, the waterways over there, that's past that bridge, so they could put bigger
Right.
ships there.
Right.
So if they had a terminal right there. The ships that they can actually put a decent sized ship over there.
Right, because that area in St. Pete, they don't have any bridges on that side to like we have here in Tampa with the Skyway Bridge.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Makes no sense.
Maybe one day they're like, oh wait, you know what? We should just put a port here.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. We could get different types of ship.
Of course.
But guys, really quick before we let you guys go, we're gonna give a few announcements because I don't know if Keith, do you have any announcements that you want to do?
I got cruises probably coming in tonight. I just got to finish editing. So give me about an hour, and I will have my cruise news up. I mean, it was actually pretty well. Somebody died on a cruise.
I heard that earlier today. That's
Yeah.
crazy. She was like 29 years old?
27 years old.
Something like that, yeah. That's crazy. And they found some drugs with her and they took the boyfriend or something.
Yeah. They found cocaine, so
Sad.
possibly could have been an overdose. But
that's crazy.
Everyone's keeping the hush hush about everything with that. So
really, you know it, yeah. Because it swinged in their cruise ship without them noticing it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were going to the Bahamas, so that was their first port.
That's crazy. Alice, do you have any announcements for you?
Just that we have the Carnival Paradise Western Caribbean cruise out of Tampa, Florida. We're
gonna do the Scott dance.
Huh?
We're gonna do the Scott dance.
Oh. It's a 6-night cruise, leaving on Monday, October 28, 2024, from Tampa, going to Key West, Florida, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman Islands, and then back to Tampa. So if you'd like to join us, please reach out to Bruce from oceantooceantravel.com.
All right. And then for Traveling with Tinkerbell, I'm going to show you this video.
Good evening, everyone. We've got a very special announcement to make today. From Sunday, April 20th to Sunday, April 27th of 2025, we'll be hosting our first ever Traveling with Tinkerbell group cruise on none other than the Carnival Celebration. The itinerary is simple. We'll be departing from the Port of Miami in Florida on the 20th. Our first day will be a simple day at sea where you can explore the boat and check out what's on board. Try some of the food at the buffet, or grab a Guy Fieri burger by the pool and relax. Following that, we'll be stopping at Amber Cove in Dominican Republic, then San Juan in Puerto Rico, and lastly St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands before 2 more sea days to take us back to port. If you're interested in joining us, you can book now at jagonzalez@expediacruises.com. The phone number is 813-608-2935, and the website link will be in the description below. We hope to see you on board when the time comes.
Well, there you guys have it. That's all of the announcements. Thank you. That's all of the announcements we have. I will put it in my Traveling with Tinkerbell if the baby as soon as the baby arrives. So I wish you guys a great rest of your evening. Thank you so much for being here and being part of the show today, guys. I appreciate all your help. Love you all to the moon and back. And if nobody has anything else to say, toodles.
Bye.
We gotta learn, guys. We gotta learn the dance.
Wow.
We gotta learn the dance. The Scott dance. Woo! This is for you,
I
Scott.
Come on, Keith. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
My wife's laughing right now.
Bye.